She moved the first name. The second name brought back up. Lord Draven didn't come to assess her. He came to accelerate the plan. Reverse the crazy curse, part 4. And this one actually did his research. Vessen left. But Vessen reported back. And his report said, something is wrong. He didn't know what was wrong. Just that the container wasn't behaving. Draven was the second signatory's heir. Different family. Different methodology. Where Vessen managed silence, Draven managed speed. His strategy, complete the transfer before anyone understands what she actually is. Simple. Brutal. The one move she hadn't fully prepared for. He arrived on day 121 with a formal proposal. Not an inspection. A request to move the betrothal ceremony forward. By 10 years. 10 years earlier. Which means the transfer timeline accelerates with it. Comment below if you would have panicked right now. Because I would have. She didn't panic. She looked at his carriage crest and filed it. He was the most dangerous name on the list. He was also the fastest. But little did he know, she had been preparing for him since day 40. Draven entered the palace with a delegation of 12. Institutional wait. Rendael received him with the same protocol he brought to every visitor. 2 men in a main hall. Except this time one had done his homework. Draven looked at Rendael with the attention of a man reading a change variable. He had Vessen's report. Inspection found nothing. He knew that meant nothing. The dragon princess was healthy. Normal. And yet Vessen left early. Draven filed this. Men who leave early have been managed. He would not be. He requested an immediate introduction to the dragon princess. Not in 2 days. Today. The urgency was the signal. She read it from the nursery before his carriage stopped. Nurses were still preparing the room when the request arrived. She was already ready. Draven entered the nursery 40 minutes after arriving. He did not wait. He looked at the crib with the attention of a man not conducting an assessment. He already knew what an assessment would find. He was looking for something else. And this is where it gets insane. She knew what he was looking for. He was looking for proof that she was active. Aware. Moving things. He was looking for the exact thing she had been hiding since day 1. She gave him a baby. Complete. Total. Absolute baby. Not one single tell. Not one fractional deviation from infant behavior. Not one. Draven stood at the crib for 11 minutes. Longer than Vessen. More focused. His eyes ran the inventory with the attention of someone who's done this before. She met his gaze with the wide-open teal eyes of an infant. Nothing more. He left with nothing reportable. And he knew he had nothing reportable. Those are very different things. And Draven understood the difference entirely. If you are not screaming at this man for being competent, check your pulse. On day 123, Draven made his formal proposal to the council. The betrothal ceremony moved forward. The dragon princess delivered earlier. He framed it as compassion. The curse was accelerating. Rendael needed this sooner. Every word was technically true. The catastrophe was in the framing. She received the summary through her network within 4 hours. 4 hours. Her network was getting faster. She had known the proposal was coming. She hadn't known the exact timeline shift. 10 years earlier than planned. That changed the calculation significantly. It changed the calculation. It did not change the conclusion. Rendael received the formal proposal and went directly to the nursery. Floor. He said, Draven wants to move the timeline. He was telling her, not asking. She looked at him for a long time. Then she said a word. 3 letters. Old tongue of Atlantis. The word meant, yes. Rendael sat very still for a moment. Then he left to compose his refusal. Don't mess with that man. He said yes before she finished the word. Rendael's refusal was formal, measured, and completely non-negotiable. The Dragon Princess's timeline remains unchanged. The palace position is final. Draven received this and did not leave. He requested a second audience. 0 to 1,000. He escalated immediately. The second audience was different. Draven arrived without institutional warmth. He laid out the curse data, the acceleration rate, the medical projections. He said, without the transfer, the prince will not survive to marry her anyway. This was the real move. Not compassion. Leverage. Rendael looked at him with the gold amber eyes that changed on day 99. He said, I appreciate your concern. The timeline remains unchanged. Draven left that second audience with nothing. And he knew it. In my opinion, this villain is the most dangerous one she's faced yet. Comments open. He requested a third nursery visit. Welfare check. Actually, surveillance. And this is where she decided it was time to stop being purely defensive. She had 12 hours to prepare. She used them to calculate one specific thing. Which part of Draven's own family curse she could activate. From across a room. Because Draven carried the Pact Council's secondary curse. Every signatory family did. His line carried the truth compulsion. Under extreme stress, he could not lie. Specifically, could not lie about his intentions. In front of witnesses. She needed him to experience extreme stress. Documented. On the record. He entered the nursery on day 129. 2 aides. 1 council recorder. Official visit. Documented. Everything above reproach. Exactly what she needed. She waited until he was settled at the crib. Then she looked at him. Not the infant performance. The actual teal eyes. 1 full second. Thumbnail frame, 1 second of the Empress looking directly at the man who came to seal her. Draven saw it. His aides did not. The recorder was looking at his notes. His truth compulsion activated instantly under the recognition shock. He was about to make the biggest mistake of his career. Right on schedule. Draven saw it. His aides did not. That gap was the entire plan. The recorder asked, what is the purpose of accelerating the betrothal timeline? Draven opened his mouth and said, the transfer must complete before she understands it. The recorder's stylus stopped. The aides went completely still. Draven closed his mouth. He knew exactly what had just happened. This is absolutely unhinged. She triggered his family curse with one look. The recorder filed the transcript. Officially. Council Secretariat. Signed. She really said watch this and detonated his entire position from inside a crib. Rendael received the transcript copy within 2 hours. He read it once. He came to the nursery. Floor. Immediately. Gold amber eyes carrying the question. He said, you did that on purpose. She looked at him with the deep teal eyes and said nothing. 0 words needed. 0. He already knew. Draven left the palace that evening. Not by choice. By council protocol. A recorded statement of intent to circumvent the Dragon Princess's informed consent. A recorded statement of intent to circumvent the Dragon Princess's informed consent. That was the charge. 100 years old. Still active. Still devastating. The second name was not moved. It was detonated. 5 names remain. And they now know something is wrong. They don't know what. They don't know how. They just know the container isn't behaving. Bro said I am the storm. She said hold my pendant. Rendael visited the nursery 3 times the next day. He didn't say anything. He just sat on the floor with the changed gold amber eyes and looked at her. In her first life, Teresa destroyed political positions with armies and decades. In this one, she used 1 second of eye contact and an ancient truth compulsion. She has moved 2 names and acquired legal proof of the pact's illegitimacy. Same result. Different scale. Same patience. 1 empress. 5 names remain. The third is already reconsidering his position. She is 129 days old. Rendael visits the nursery 4 times a day now. He stopped pretending it's routine. He brings the sea dragon pendant every time. He stopped pretending he doesn't know why. The third name sent a letter requesting a meeting. On her terms. On her terms. Subscribe, because what she does at that meeting will make your jaw drop.